Now, the upcoming Supreme Court debate could even be a hotter button issue than Americans not sleeping enough. That's why it's the subject of tonight's Even Stephen.
Tonight's topic, should medical marijuana be legalized?
Yes.
No.
Yes! The medical marijuana initiatives in California and New Mexico were approved by the voters solely to help seriously ill patients for whom marijuana offers the only relief from pain. Who could deny an 80-year-old woman a moment of respite from her tortured existence? But I suppose there are a few sick individuals out there who get off on other people's suffering, Stephen.
Far out, Steve. Groovy point, man. You're blowing my mind. Face it, you and your Dr. Dopes are just hiding behind Grandma's oxygen tent. The real reason you're pushing pro-pot legislation is so you can suck on a Thai stick and watch the walls begin to pulse and breathe. And now that you've duped a few misguided state legislatures, I'm sure we can all look forward to you coming down with a convenient case of glaucoma real soon.
This marijuana is medicine, Stephen. I'm pro-people, not pro-pot.
Oh, come on, Steve. You love ganja and the exhilarating rush of freedom and the heightened textural sensations it gives you. Whereas I wouldn't know where to start looking for a dime bag. I'm sure you've got great connections. So let me in on the dirty little secret, Steve. Where do you get your pot?
Stephen, just because I support medical marijuana, it's ludicrous to imply that I'm a dope fiend. That's like saying, because I support the repeal of the marriage tax penalty, that I'm into wife swapping.
Don't change the subject, Steve. You know exactly where I can get my hands on some really deep chronic, don't you?
Let's get back to my wife swapping metaphor.
Fine, let's.
What you're suggesting about my access to sweet Malaysian skunkweed is just as ridiculous as if I said, hey, Stephen Colbert, why don't you and your wife come over some night this week and we can exchange partners? Would that idea appeal to you?
I don't know, Steve. Would we be high?
I don't know. Would you bring the dope?
Steve, you're not listening to my argument. My argument is that if, for instance, I tried to buy pot, I couldn't get any, but I think you could get me some.
You're not listening, Stephen. You're in a fantasy world where I smoke pot and could get my hands on some very kind bud. But we would be wife swapping this Friday. Have I made myself clear?
Clear as crystal, Steve, but let me see if I can just recap your really twisted argument. You're saying that if we were to enter into some bizarre love quadrangle, you'd be supplying the weed.
Yes. Okay, that sounds perfect.
Great. I'm Stephen Colbert.
And I'm Steve Carell, and this has been Even Stephen.
Should we bring anything?
Yeah, a bottle of wine would be nice. We'll be right back.